Hey howdy hey everyone! Today we are diving into two of Disney Cruise Line's most iconic ships, the Disney Dream and the Disney Fantasy. Now at first glance, these ships might look identical, and that's because they are. These are sister ships built with the same basic design, size, and structure. But even twins have their differences, and heads up, the Fantasy is heading into dry dock this fall, so some of those differences are about to change. Right now though, there are still a few unique features that set them apart, and we're going to walk through it all: dining, entertainment, shopping, and more. Let's get into it. Even though the Disney Dream and Disney Fantasy are sister ships with nearly identical layouts, when you start paying attention to the decor, you'll notice they each have their own personality. The Disney Dream leans more toward a sleek Art Deco style, think like bold geometric shapes, gold and black accents, and a lot of polished, glamorous details. It feels a little like you've stepped into a super stylish 1930s ocean liner, if that ocean liner also had a lot of hidden Mickeys tucked everywhere. The Disney Fantasy, on the other hand, goes for an elegant Art Nouveau theme. It's softer with flowing lines, floral patterns, and a warmer, more romantic vibe. You'll see a lot more curves, stained glass touches, and delicate scroll work. It feels a bit more like a fairy tale setting, perfect for anyone who wants to pretend they're an extra in Beauty and the Beast. Bottom line here, the Dream is glamorous, bold, and dramatic with that big city feel. The Fantasy, elegant, romantic, and whimsical with some softer touches everywhere. Either way, you're still cruising in a floating palace. It just depends on if you want it to feel like Gatsby's yacht or Belle's ballroom. Now let's talk about your home away from home, the Staterooms. When it comes to cabin layouts, the Disney Dream and Disney Fantasy are basically twins. The sizes, categories, and general setups, like the well-known split bathrooms, the convertible sofa beds, and the magical portholes for those inside rooms, are the same on both ships. To be honest, there's really not a lot of difference between the staterooms on these ships. You may notice a different style of picture frame, the placement and size of the television, or the orientation of the desk lighting. However, the style of the public areas doesn't really translate into your cabin. Time to talk about rotational dining, one of the coolest things Disney Cruise Line does. Both ships have 3 main dining rooms that you rotate through during your cruise, taking your serving team along with you. On the Disney Dream, you'll visit Animator's Palette with the fun undersea magic show starring Crush, and on longer cruises, the Animation Magic Show starring Your Creations. Royal Palace, a classic, elegant Cinderella-themed restaurant, and Enchanted Garden, a beautiful, bright space inspired by the gardens of Versailles. On the Disney Fantasy, it's almost the same lineup, but instead of Royal Palace, you'll step into Royal Court. Extremely similar in feel and menu to Royal Palace, just think of it as the Fantasy's own version with slightly different decor touches. Animator's Palette and Enchanted Garden are virtually identical on both ships though, so unless you're a real decor detective, you might not even notice much difference. Also, they sport mostly the same menus depending on itinerary. Check out those menus in some of our other videos. Now, for the adults looking to elevate their dining experiences, both the Dream and the Fantasy offer the same 2 signature adult dining options. There's Palo, an upscale northern Italian restaurant, and Remy, a luxurious French fine dining experience inspired by, you guessed it, Ratatouille. Both restaurants are located in the same spot on both ships with nearly identical menus, decor, and pricing. And both have the adults-only Meridian Lounge between them for your favorite high-end cocktail or liquor. Now, let's dive into something slightly different, the adult districts. Both ships have a nightlife area, but they have different names and vibes. On the Dream, the district is called, well, the District, and on the Fantasy, it's known as Europa, and it gives you a virtual tour of Europe. Each district features a collection of bars and lounges, but the themes vary. Both have sort of a central bar where you'll find a lot of trivia hosted. On the Dream, it's the District Lounge, and on the Fantasy, it's the Italian-themed La Piazza. Each ship has a pub-style sports bar, but in a different location. The Dream has Pub 687, while you'll find the Irish-themed O'Gill's on the Fantasy. Both have pub menus featuring things like wings and pretzels, and both have their own house draft available. Now, flip those locations and you'll find the champagne lounges. Pink on the Dream and the Parisian-styled Ooh La La on the Fantasy. Now both ships have the Windows to the World themed Skyline Lounge in the same location. Here's where you'll find many drink seminars like the wildly popular mixology class. Lastly, there's the largest area, home of adult games, trivia, and performances. It's the butterfly-themed Evolution on the Dream, while on the Fantasy, it's the Tube, themed after London's famed underground system. Bottom line, the layout is similar, but the Fantasy leans way more into the European theming, and honestly, it's a lot of fun. You know, it wouldn't be a Disney cruise without Broadway-style shows at sea, and here's where things really differ. On the Disney Dream, the main shows are The Golden Mickeys, a Disney Awards show musical; Beauty and the Beast, an absolutely stunning stage adaptation of the animated classic recently revamped with huge LED screens; and Disney's Believe, an emotional family-centered story. On the Disney Fantasy, you'll get to enjoy Disney's Aladdin, a musical spectacular; Disney's Believe, yes, same thing as the Dream; and Disney's Frozen, a musical spectacular, which replaced the Golden Mickeys on this ship. Both ships put on some incredible productions, but if you're a Beauty and the Beast fan, you'll want the Dream. If you're a Frozen fan, the Fantasy is the one for you. Okay, good news for parents, the kids' clubs are fantastic on both ships, and they're nearly identical in layout and programming. Both have the Oceaneer Club and Oceaneer Lab for kids aged 3 to 12. Edge for tweens, and note that in the fall dry dock, the Fantasy will be changing its setup to mimic the Dreams. Vibe for teens, and a super cute It's a Small World nursery for the littlest cruisers. There are slight decor differences. For instance, the Fantasy features Star Wars Command Post, while the Dream has the Millennium Falcon area. Both are fun, just themed a little differently. Bottom line is you really can't go wrong with either of these ships for kids, and good luck getting them out of the clubs. Speaking of fun, let's cool off with a look at the pools and water activities, because what's a cruise without spending half the day splashing around, right? Both the Disney Dream and Disney Fantasy offer very similar pool and water setups. First, the Aqueduct water coaster. Both ships have this famous clear tube water coaster that wraps around the ship. It's basically a roller coaster with water at sea. Epic. Mickey's Pool is a shallow pool with a Mickey shaped, perfect for younger kids, and then there's Donald's Pool, a family pool with a giant funnel vision screen playing Disney movies all day long. For adults, there's the Quiet Cove Pool, the adults-only pool area for peaceful lounging, complete with a pool bar and hot tub. And also there's Satellite Falls, a circular splash pool for adults with a gentle waterfall located up at the front of the ship in the adults-only area. Note that currently this area is larger on the Fantasy, as a portion of the sun deck has been sectioned off for concierge only. This will likely change during the Fantasy's dry dock this coming fall. Both ships also have the splash area Nemo's Reef for toddlers and younger kids, completely shaded, which is a lifesaver on those sunny days. The only real difference is that the Fantasy also has the Aqualab Splash Zone for kids, themed with Huey, Dewey, and Louie. The bottom line here is that things are the same for adults on both ships. If your kids are hardcore Splash Zone people, the Fantasy's Aqualab has a little bit of an edge, but if you're just here to ride the duck all day, you're golden either way. Alright, let's fuel up, because what's a cruise without constant access to burgers, pizza, and ice cream, right? Both the Disney Dream and Disney Fantasy have quick service food options right by the pool, making it super easy to grab a snack without ever drying off. Here's the skinny. Each ship has Flo's Cafe, a Cars-themed quick service area broken into 3 mini stations. Luigi's Pizza, fresh pizza slices. Tomater's Grills, serving burgers, hot dogs, and those famous chicken tenders. And Fillmore's Favorites, offering salads, wraps, and fruit for a lighter bite. Here's where we see a bit of difference though. After the recent dry dock, the Dream got a new addition, Ramon's Cantina. This new quick service spot replaced one of the older Flo's counters and now serves up chicken, steak, and veggie tacos and bowls, adding some delicious Tex-Mex flavor to the poolside lineup. Meanwhile, on the Fantasy, the original Flo's Cafe setup remains without Ramon's, at least until the Fantasy gets its dry dock refresh. That means if you're craving a steak taco or a chicken guacamole bowl by the pool, the Dream now has a slight edge, at least until the end of 2025. Then both have ice cream treats. It's endless self-serve, soft-serve ice cream. Seriously dangerous. Expect to average maybe 2 or 3 cones an hour. Right next door is Frozone Treats, supplying non-alcoholic smoothies, but they also have some adult versions as well. And of course, cabanas. While not poolside or quick service, cabanas is just a quick stroll away and serves a massive breakfast and lunch buffet. It's also the perfect place if you want a more sit-down, casual meal without changing out of your pool clothes. Bottom line here, if you want burgers, pizza, and salads, both ships are basically identical. If you want to mix it up with tacos and burrito bowls, currently Disney Dream is the only one that can satisfy that fix. And no matter what, you'll absolutely be making regrettable but glorious choices at ice cream treats. Now, if your sweet tooth needs its own vacation, let's talk about the candy and ice cream shops on Deck 11 because both the Dream and Fantasy have them, and they each bring their own personality. Don't forget, the sweets in these locations all come at an additional cost. On the Disney Dream, you'll find Vanellope's Sweets and Treats themed after Wreck-It Ralph and Sugar Rush. It's colorful, cartoony, and packed with all the candy, cupcakes, macarons, and house-made gelato you could want. There's even a race car photo op with Vanellope's cart. It's fun, it's loud, it's chaos, in the best sugar-fueled way possible. On the Disney Fantasy, you get Sweet on You, an adorable old-fashioned ice cream parlor theme with a vintage Mickey and Minnie twist. It's a little more elegant, tiled floors, pastel colors, and hand-scooped gelato served in adorable waffle cups, plus a huge selection of chocolates and baked treats. Bottom line here, the Dreams Vanellope's is perfect for you if you like bright theming and want that Candyland feel. Fantasy's Sweet on You feels a little more classic and, dare I say, a little bit more Instagram-worthy. Now, here's the scoop if you're looking to shop till you drop. Both ships have similar shopping areas. Mickey's Mainsail and Sea Treasures are on both, selling everything from mini ears to Dooney and Burke bags. The Fantasy has Diamonds and Wishes and Bulgari, while the Dream has Diamonds and Wishes and Whitecaps. These stores will be where higher-end specialty jewelry, designer bags, and logoed merchandise can be purchased. The product selection is mostly the same, but keep in mind, special edition merchandise can vary depending on the itinerary or the season. Alright, we've compared the ships, but where exactly are they sailing these days? Right now, the Disney Dream and Disney Fantasy have very different itineraries, which might actually be the biggest factor in choosing your cruise. The Disney Fantasy will be sailing summer 2025 in Europe before dry dock and a transatlantic back to the United States. It will then start sailing some shorter cruises to the Bahamas. Meanwhile, the Disney Dream is switching things up, also doing shorter Bahamas cruises until it heads to Europe in summer of 2026. Bottom line, when there were a few ships, it was easy to know that the Dream did the shorter itineraries and the Fantasy did the longer ones, but with so many ships, you'll need to check the website for up-to-date details. So there you have it. The Disney Dream and Disney Fantasy might be sister ships, but they each have their own personality and magic. With the Fantasy going into dry dock soon, it'll be exciting to see how much more alike these two become. No matter which you choose, you're in for that classic Disney magic. Amazing shows, beautiful spaces, delicious food, and plenty of memories to make. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Disney cruise tips and travel adventures. See you real soon.